Hello. Hopefully there is sound. Hey everybody, it's Tim. Sorry for that abrupt ending to Disaster Radio. How's everybody doing? I've switched things around and I broke everything. What's that track called, Tom Katsumi? That is Unleash the Free TV Revolt from an album that Disaster Radio put out years and years ago. I need to update this. I've got the little button system soundboard and I just haven't updated it. But that's from a great album, a truly great album called Sweatshop. That rules. Had a catch up with Luke recently, you'll all be pleased to hear. He's doing well in Hong Kong. He and Chloe are thriving. It's a good time. Hopefully you guys are hearing sound. Keep me updated on all the audio stuff. The banana shirt is in play tonight. It's freaking cold in here at the moment. And it's drafty as well. It's not just cold, there's a draft. It's bloody drafty. We've kicked off a little bit late because, you know, as per, it wouldn't be happening if everything didn't work when I hit the go button. So it's good to be here. It's good to be live. As always, let's kick off. We've got to check on the people who are making their way to work at the moment. And oh, shit, did I just... No, there it is. Let's check on... Okay, the live traffic cams for Auckland State Highway 16 to 20 looking good at the moment at 10 to 8 p.m. for the night owls coming home, and State Highway 1 and 2 interchange is looking good in Wellington as well. Free-flowing traffic if you're in the nation's capital. Got to check on the chooks. The chooks are looking pretty sleepy. Good egg count though. What do we got here? Last egg collection. Oh, it changed. God damn it. No, I'll never be able to know. I've added as well. We've got penguins now also, so they're kind of the chooks of the sea. How's the draft from the Holy Jeans, Timmy boy? Jordan, these aren't the Holy Jeans. I've got some phenomenally holy jeans. These aren't them, but maybe I'll wear them next time. Good to see everyone piling back in. We had a lot of viewers at the start and then some people left, which I understand. We're fucking around for too long. We got a rip-roaring happening for you tonight, folks. If it's your first episode, welcome the fuck on board. It's the internet, so you're allowed to say whatever you want. Swearing-wise, you can't slander people. Not that I'd want to on this show. Yeah, maybe next episode, but not this episode. Won't be slandering anyone. We've got a lot of guests. We've got a lot of segments. We've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got to now attempt to get Melody Thomas, who is a podcaster and Radio New Zealand journalist and sexpert of sorts, because I said I was going to ring her like 10 minutes ago. Very poor form, potentially interrupting nap time or bedtime or something for her now, which is no good. So let me see if I can get Melody on the line, because we've got some very important stuff to talk about. Would love your thoughts on the hat. Hats are always a tricky business. You got to have a lot of bravery to rock a hat, or just be fucking dumb. But either way, you've got to be okay with it. And you know, I'm trying my best out here. All right. Oh, Melody, I can see you. Can you hear me? You can. That's great. I can't hear you at all, which is awesome. But I think that's my problem, you know? I don't think that's your problem at all. So let me click a whole bunch of buttons and see if I can... Because I tried to fix the Skype issue so that we wouldn't have my voice doubling back all the time now. Can you do some talking for me, Melody? Crack up. Let's see if I can add... Nope. Probably not going to work. Okay. Hey, now talk, if you please. Oh man, still can't hear you. And I've gone to my backup plan, which is terrible for a show. Hey, I'm going to put you on screen though, because what you're doing is cool. Let me, what are we going to do here? We're going to go... First of all, I'm going to get you on screen because you look great. There you are. I'm going to get rid of the... Maybe I'll keep the chooks behind you. It's kind of a cool backdrop in a way. Imagine if I could green screen you out. Melody Thomas appears to be doing a little bit of knitting, which is cool. And I thought that I had solved the audio issue because my voice doubles back on Skype. Can you just double check, Melody, that you've got your things all G? Gutted. In that case, let us try something else. How's everyone enjoying the show so far? Pretty good as per, eh? Pretty phenomenal stuff. How about now, Melody? No, nothing? God damn, man. God bless Skype, I say. Hey, Melody, I might chuck something on, so you stay on the line, and I'll come back to you. Is that cool? Yeah, right on. It's back to me, everybody. It's Tim here. 15 minutes late, still can't get the audio to work. One day we'll defeat all this, and then you'll get bored and leave, because who wants to see people do a show competently? Not me. Luckily, we've got a huge amount of submissions for stuff that we've been sent through today. What's a particularly long one that can burn some time while I try and fix this? Oh, I know. Here's something from Matthew Crawley, a legend, an icon of the scene. Matthew is, have I got to make sure that, nope, we won't do Matthew yet. I'm going to do a message from Mac. Mac is a guy from America who cottoned on to the show, and he fired me through a phenomenal set of clips from his mate. Well, there's actually two on a YouTube channel, which have been barely touched. A little untouched gem online. You love to see it. Normal Comedy was the name is the name of his friend's comedy collective. But then he's like, "Hey, thanks for putting that on. They loved it. I've got something of my own." And he even sent us a little video message. So check this out first.
Hey Tim, this is Mackenzie or Mac from Denver, Colorado. Thank you for playing my friend's normal comedy videos a couple weeks back. I'm super excited that you enjoyed them, and I'm super excited that the viewers enjoyed them. I thought I'd submit something for myself this time, and that would be my band called Gestalt. We're kind of an indie rock outfit out of here, Denver, Colorado. And we recorded a live session with a company called Miri Music. They're fantastic. They do great live video sessions. And it was really fun. We drank a lot of beer and our singer played basketball with himself, and there were a lot of pastries involved. It's very zebra cake heavy. Not sure if you're super into that, but if you are, then please enjoy our performance of Do I Look Lovely. And thanks again, Tim. Keep on happening.
I go downtown just to see him. Yeah, the city dressed in sequins looks so pretty from a distance. No more dating, no disinterest. I love Twitter, I joined Pinterest. No convenience to existence, chose the path of least resistance. I roll my weed up on the weekend. I go downtown just to see it. Yeah, the city, just a secret, still looks ready for the day. The option exists to cut my hair, change my name, oh. Rockery's the rock and star, Ricardo's just a follow. Fresh 21 in the hay, getting drunk, but I know it's something that I can't avoid. Round it up, man, round it up, roll. You calm me down and lay away to all the worries in my world. You occupy my mind at night like what I've been waiting for, of course. Do I look lovely like you do? My only hope, my only hope.
Yep, I'm talking. Did you hear something?
Zebra cakes.
You know what we love? We love zebras. We love cakes.
I'm sorry.
Fuck it both. Let's do it both.
Let's do it both kinds.
I don't know what that little bit was at the end, but I kind of liked it. Hopefully now, doubling back, let's mute that, let's turn that on. We've got Melody Thomas joining us.
Yep, do we?
Mate, I can hear you, and everyone should let me know if they can hear you also, but God willing, we've cracked it.
Okay.
A zebra cake. Well, look, Lara, it's the thing that the drummer was eating. It looks like a cake, but it's like, black and white and striped. All I'm doing right now is burning time waiting for the comment section to catch up with where we're at to see if the Skype is working. Because Melody,
Yes.
all I want to talk to you about, we have audio. Okay, that's great. That is very good news. All I want to talk to you about is sex, baby. You did did the right tense, or are you still doing Bang, podcast about sex with RNZ?
Still kind of doing. There'll be another season of, or like an offshoot soon, but yeah, can't really make it right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that brings us to why I wanted to have a chat to you. Let's talk about sex during lockdown. We've got a lot of international people joining us, I assume. So for those people, they won't know that in New Zealand, we just got told we're allowed to do certain stuff on Tuesday night going forward.
Not much though, really. Socially, things are going to remain pretty much the same. It looks like we'll be able to get some takeaway food, and some businesses can start to open. But we're not banging. We're not banging randoms.
We're not banging yet.
Nah, unfortunately not. I mean, if you're in lockdown with a sexual partner, then you're good. But unfortunately, if you're not, if there's not someone in your bubble that you want to bone, then yeah, it's not going to happen for a little while.
We were having a little chat about this.
Unless you're going to break the rules.
Don't break the rules. Come on. How embarrassing would it be if they did contact tracing and they were like, hey, we've got a bubble burst situation. We've got a little cluster here. How did that happen? It's like, I'm so sorry. I had to go and have sex with this person. It was imperative. And now people have died.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do it. It's not worth it. The only legit walk of shame that there is.
But we were having a chat before about so what should people have needs and wants and desires, Melody? What should people be doing? Because we were chatting on Twitter about how people can use telecommunications to fulfill said needs.
Oh shit, yeah, they can. Yeah, and I mean, what is hotter than sex that you can't have with someone? Like, that's the hottest thing, is like, I want to bone you so bad. Sorry, I've got to stop saying bone. It's like the least sexy. You can tell I'm like a mother of 2 children.
It's very Kiwi.
It's very Kiwi. Yeah, like there's nothing hotter than I want you so badly right now, but I can't have you. So I think maybe just fully embracing that and using technology as your friend, sex and video chats and all of that stuff, and masturbation. Like there was a release from the New York Department of Health, I think, the New York State Department of Health, that was saying you are your safest sexual partner. So that is true. You can't.
Plus,
you're not.
generally speaking, you know what you like.
Generally speaking, you know what you like, and if you don't, then you've got like some weeks to figure that out. It's great. Like I feel like there's actually been some really cool. Like it sucks. It sucks to be horny and not be able to like get out and pash some people. But also there's a bit of a pause going on in life where I feel like we get to reflect and think about what we're into. And I mean, if your sexual experiences haven't been amazing or haven't been what you want them to be, then now's a really cool time to think about what might be in your control and what you might want to change when
I like
we
that.
get
You
into
may have
level
entered
2.
lockdown as a little sexual chrysalis and emerge as a fully realized sexual butterfly.
Beautiful.
I've always been nervous and haven't. As far as I know, there is no digital recorded version of my genitals except at a bachelor party once when I was kind of in the back of shot getting out of a spa pool. But apart from that, like I've always been terrified of the sexting thing because I always see about security concerns and places getting hacked and like all those celebrities that got their iCloud accounts hacked and that sort of stuff. Where do you come down on that?
I mean, there's things you can do like not having your face in the thing and not having any, like piercings or tattoos or things that would identify you in the thing. So there's ways to kind of be safer about it. And obviously one way to be safe is to just be really careful about who you're sending it to. But obviously that doesn't protect you from hacking. I don't know how much you or I are going to be victims of celebrity hacking, like nude scandals.
Oh, come on, man. We've got 43 live viewers right now, you and I. We're both celebrities.
I think, I don't know, just maybe if you're nervous, keep your face out of it or keep any obviously identifying things out of it. But also, like,
oh, that's good. That works.
Yeah. Exactly. You can always, if you can say, no, that's not me, prove it, then that's admissible.
There are certain, like, there's even friends of mine who are in interesting situations where they can't be with their partner at the moment because of lockdown. How long do you think people realistically will hold out for before they're just like, fuck this shit, I gotta go get wet?
Oh, look, people have already done that. We both know that. I know, I was thinking about it because I am probably a little anti-authoritarian by nature, but when rules make sense, I am all on board with them. So for this one, obviously don't break the rules. But I'm also in a bubble with someone who I have a sexual relationship with. So I was thinking about when we were like in our 20s, if we would have been tempted to break those rules, and I think we would have been tempted. But I think you just got to try and hold out.
You're a little older, a little wiser.
It's gonna be. Think about how good it's gonna be when you get there. Yeah. Also, my husband and I used to have accidental sex a lot, and I don't think you can do that in the current situation. The risk of opening a can of worms, how do you mean accidental sex? Well, like, oh, we're not going to hook up. We're just going to hang out as platonic friends. Oh, look, we're fucking like that.
It's the Kiwi way. That's how everyone gets together in this country because we're too bashful.
You can't do that under lockdown. You've got to very purposefully be like, I'm coming to your house, like,
true.
Under the cover of darkness. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you were going to. Oh, also, a lot of people want to know what you specifically were knitting before, so we need to address that.
Yeah, I've started knitting a crop top, but it's very ambitious for my. I'm knitting in the round for the first time. It's pretty complicated. See, like knitting this circly. I don't know.
Wow, that's impressive.
I've taken up a few hobbies in lockdown. This is just one of them.
That's so cool. I love it. A crop top, that's cool. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring this up, but I will. You said that you had a tip for yeah, I can't help myself. A tip for rimming?
To be honest, I was surprised that you were like rimming is a no-go. Rimming is possibly a no-go.
I didn't say it was a no-go. I think what I said is it might be a bit full on for the vibe that we're cultivating on Happening, but I'll see how I feel at the time. And here we are.
Your work reviews.
Yeah, that's true.
Rimming's a step too far. No, the only thing to say about rimming, well, it's kind of the same for kissing, is that that there's evidence that COVID-19 can be passed obviously through kissing and also from fecal matter to saliva. So if you are hooking up with someone who's not your partner or not in your bubble, whatever, if you're breaking the rules doing that, then maybe just be wary of that kind of thing. And if you are going to break the rules, or if you're like waiting for level 2 when you can bone someone outside of your bubble, I think, like that's my interpretation of the rules, then you still want to be super careful about like using protection. That's more about not overloading the health system than anything else, because it's not sexually transmittable. About like making sure your sexual partners have very limited other sexual partners, and so do you. That your like sex bubble is relatively small. Washing.
Am I a
hands
massive prude, or is it kind of unusual to get a sexual coupling who are doing no kissing but some rimming?
Don't know, man. I don't know, man. Rimming's big these days.
It's a good health warning nonetheless, just to be aware that COVID is passed on from fecal matter. That's the big takeaway. Re-rimming.
Yeah, that's a takeaway. Re-rimming.
Sick. Right. Any other good word you want to put out while you're here, Melody?
No, just I guess reiterating the like just spend some time with yourself. Like I've been reading heaps. I haven't gone here myself yet, but it would be a cool assignment for your wank review, reading about like kind of cosmic wanking. That's not what it's called, but basically
like tantric wanking.
Yeah, like instead of just like knocking one out, like lighting some candles, like starting by like stroking your arms, like getting in touch with your body, getting yourself like quite stimulated before you actually go there and seeing how that goes. That could be quite a fun assignment to do during lockdown. Nice.
I like that. The most intense sexual experience I've ever had in my life was kind of, I would describe it as cosmic, but it was, I think, brought upon by psilocybin and magic mushrooms. It was the most full-on thing I've ever experienced in my life.
In what way?
It was awesome. It was like just very cosmic, man. I don't know what other word to put for it. Because when you're on psilocybin, it kind of takes you outside of your body anyway. And then when you're having good sex, it's just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because a lot of people describe sex as something that really like brings you into your body.
Well, maybe that's the cool bit, that they kind of at odds with each other.
Expansion and contraction simultaneously.
I love that. Well, this is good. We have the technology now, folks. Get your sexting on. Send some sexy photos. If you're worried like I am about the government intercepting your messages and blackmailing you, or you being a celebrity and your iCloud account getting hacked, don't include your face in there. And
also make sure they're solicited nudes as per usual.
Yeah, sorry, it sucks that we have to specifically say that.
Just
but yes,
make sure someone's asked to see your dick. Yeah.
Make sure someone wants to see your genitals if you're sending your genitals. Awesome, thank you so much, Melody Thomas. Go check out Bang, everybody who's watching, and I'll catch you on another episode of this, which is happening.
For sure.
See you, mate.
Bye.
It may sound like I'm drunk at the moment, but what's happening is because of the audio situation that I thought the Skype thing I'd fixed, but I haven't. I'm now getting my own voice back at me half a second later. And I've mentioned this before on this very show. It's a good challenge to have. It's a fun thing to try and fight through. It's kind of like a very localized, incredibly low-level temporary form of schizophrenia. You're just hearing your own voice back at you. If you want to fuck someone up, play their own voice back at them half a second after they've said stuff. Right, now let's crack on, because we've got another person who I'm late to be ringing, and that is AJ, for a segment that I bloody love. Let's see if I can get him on the phone, because we are a little bit late now. This is Alexander Jones from the Cult Popture podcast. There he is. See if I can ring him on Skype. For a cool game called Actual Movie or Cheese Dream, where he describes the plot of a movie and I have to discern whether it's real or a dream you had when you had too much cheese. AJ, you about? G'day, mate. I haven't turned your audio on yet and no one can see you because first we need to play the intro sequence. Hey buddy, nice to see you. Let me turn your audio on. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm going to try and, while I'm talking to you, and this is really a silly idea, I'm going to try and fix the audio thing. It's going to go horribly wrong.
Sweet. I cannot wait to be part of this experiment.
Yeah, man, it's going to be sick as hell. AJ, you just did the 48-hour film competition over the weekend. You were the, Christchurch convener. Is that the word?
I'm the city manager, but because it's a lockdown version, it meant I wasn't needed, so I could compete for the first time in a few years, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome, but you weren't eligible, for any prizes.
I don't think so. I doubt it. Maybe the film's not even good enough to win any prizes anyway, so who knows? I don't want to assume.
Indeed. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Now, theoretically, your audio is coming through a pretty groovy new source. I'm still getting my fucking audio doubled up, which is... Oh, wait, maybe I can turn that off, actually. Hold up. Yeah, I reckon this will work. Okay, I now can't hear my voice, but can you talk?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hopefully this is good, because this is a good situation for me. So I can see the meters going, so I reckon we could be in business here, buddy. AJ?
Yes.
Bud, I'm so sorry. I tuned completely the fuck out to the answer on the 48 question. So you're able to compete for the first time in ages. You're not eligible for prizes because you're part of the staff. How was your experience of the weekend?
It was real chill. Because the restrictions were that it had to be 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes. And you couldn't go anywhere, obviously. You had to film in your bubble. So all of that, I think, brought my scope a lot lower. And so I was going for a lot easier ideas to pull off. So the previous years that I've competed were a lot more difficult because they were a lot more intense and a lot more locations. But this was like, just film something in my driveway and it'll be all good. Yeah,
fair enough. But when I was talking to you, you were feeling pretty good about it. You're pretty stoked.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the film. It's pretty funny. I'll pull up the title for you. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. It's got a real long title.
Yeah, it does.
It's called.
That.
Let me see. Where have I put it?
You can just take a run at it, I think.
It's called hot, sexy booby girl, nude porn, naked sex or something like that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the type of thing that someone would type into Google when they're 12 years old looking for porn. Which is an idea I've wanted to use in some way, shape, or form. Just the title, not the film. I came up with the film on the day, but I'm glad I finally got to use that title for a short film.
Nice one. And when do we see who's gonna win? When's the competition? When do we get to see them? When are the screenings?
So I think they're all going to be airing on TV. Well, not all of them, obviously, but the top 10, is it? I don't know, because I'm out of the loop of running it this year. I'm like, well, whatever. They'll be on May 1st. The spin-off will be profiling 7 films from May 1st to May 7th. And the winners will be announced in a 1-hour TV special on TV2 May 8th at 9:30 p.m.
Sick. Mark Mansfield would like to know, has Tim ever entered the 48-hour film festival? It's film competition. Everyone says festival A, but it's competition.
It's not a festival. Yeah,
it sort of creates...
Not only have you entered, Tim, but you've taken away the big prize.
This is so savage. I wasn't setting you up to tell people that, but I feel like this is a setup for a Mark. I joined this team of awesome people for 1 year, and I was very much just to tack onto it, and they managed to win the grand national prize. It was a big deal. It was huge. Shout out to Tom Furness and the boys.
Well done.
Not what we're here to do. God, I'm going to play No, I'm not going to play the intro sequence again because now I've got the audio right and I'm terrified I'm going to fucking break it if I touch anything. So, AJ, throw me some plots and let's determine whether it is a dream that you had when you had too much cheese or a real-ass movie.
Okay, so the first one I've got for you, Tim, is called Roar. It is a 1981 amateur American action comedy about a big cat preserve where the lions and tigers break free and run amok amongst the terrified human visitors. The film was shot using actual big cats and with almost no safety precautions is widely regarded to be the most dangerous film ever made.
I'm just going to hold fire for a second and let people have a run at this themselves. But the only reason I know that this is a real movie is because I recently read about it in light of Tiger King. I think maybe David Farrier was tweeting about this film, perhaps. And some high-level, like, famous-ass actors got very injured, right?
Yeah, so there were about 70 cast and crew members, and, like, all of them received multiple injuries because of animal attacks. There was also a flooding from a dam that destroyed most of the set and equipment during its production, which increased the film's budget drastically. They started the project saying this is going to cost $3 million. It ballooned to $17 million and grossed $2 million at the box office, which was less than their initial budget. But hey, apparently it reportedly looks like a shitty home movie, but is considered a cult classic. I thought maybe I could trick you into thinking it was a cheese dream that someone had because of Tiger King, but alas, I thought maybe
the only fly in the ointment for you is that I consume far too much internet at the moment. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Reddit, I'm seeing everything. Okay, next plot, please.
All right, The Man from Earth is a 2007 sci-fi drama set mostly in one living room during a farewell party where John, a soon-to-be departing college professor, reveals to his friends and colleagues that he is actually over 14,000 years old. And over his lifetime, he has studied with Buddha, sailed with Columbus, and is actually, in fact, Jesus Christ himself. At the end of the movie, one of the other characters realizes that John is actually his dad, and he dies of a heart attack out of shock.
What? Hold on. The guy is, what, like 14,000 years old, did you say?
He's 14,000 years old, and throughout the film sort of reveals all the amazing things he's done, and it culminates in him admitting that he is Jesus.
But the thing that kills him is that he finds out who his real dad is.
No, sorry. Someone else finds out that the 14,000-year-old man is his dad, and that kills him.
This is very inventive. I reckon you dreamed that up, man. I reckon that's an AJ Dairy classic.
It's an actual movie.
Right off.
The Man from Earth gained recognition at the time of its release, in part for being widely distributed through internet peer-to-peer networks. So it's distributed through like BitTorrent and stuff. That's how people saw it.
Probably against the filmmaker's will,
it's a weird movie. No, like they used BitTorrent to distribute it.
What was do you know the budget on it? Was this like a super low budget indie sort of affair?
It's super low budget. I don't know the exact numbers, but if you watch it, I watched it on a glowing recommendation, right? Like I was told this film is something else. You start watching it and you go, what the fuck is this? It's like, it looks like a daytime soap opera. Like the way it's filmed is so lo-fi, but it's all in the script. The script is like, wow, this is cool. So I'd recommend The Man.
That sounds dynamite. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. I'll definitely watch that. I love a movie that distributes itself peer-to-peer. It's like someone who puts their first movie out on like Pornhub or something just to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah.
What else you got, my man?
All right. Les Salaries de la Peur, or The Wages of Fear, is a 1953 French-Italian thriller which follows four down-on-their-luck men who are tasked with driving two trucks loaded with nitroglycerin over precarious mountain dirt roads in order to put out an ongoing fire at an oil well. Also, two of the characters are named Mario and Luigi.
I reckon that's real, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's an actual movie. There are two American remakes called Violent Road in 1958 and Sorcerer in 1977. I think that this is where Mario and Luigi, the names came from. Like the video game characters were named after characters from Les Salaries de la Peur.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. But that might not be true.
Was this movie famous?
I didn't look that part up. Yeah, it's considered quite a seminal early film for especially in French Italian cinema, because it's such a cool idea. Like, because the whole thing is about them having to not blow up the trucks as they're driving over the mountains. It's pretty cool. I've seen it. It's a
nice.
good movie.
Okay, oh, you got me there.
Sweet.
People
right.
get involved in the comments too. This is good. People had that down for cheese. It sounds so good.
What about this
right,
one?
Sam W.
Ah.
Fucking got it.
Good stuff. All right. Careful is a 1992 Canadian silent film about a mountain town under constant threat of devastating avalanches that can be triggered by any loud noise or even a too large expression of emotion. The people of the town suppress their emotions as much as possible, living in constant vigilance against losing self-control. The repressed nature of the residents eventually leads to multiple incestuous outbursts.
What does that even mean? Incestuous outbursts. The siblings start fucking each other because they're so repressed?
Yeah,
Wow.
essentially.
And sorry, what was the consequence again?
An avalanche.
So
they can't be too loud or too emotional, or else.
Well, here's my rationale. I don't think you would bring to the fore on this live streaming internet show a dream you had about incestuous relations in a community. So I'm going to go real film for that one.
It is an actual film, directed by avant-garde Canadian filmmaker Guy Madden, who you may have heard of. I have not seen this film. We tried to watch it the other day, but could not find it.
What's it called again?
So, Careful.
And when did it come out?
1992.
Dang. That's intense, man. It sounds like...
yeah, man.
Oh, weirdly, what's that M. Night Shyamalan film? Is it called The Happening?
Yeah, The Happening.
I saw that at the movies. I can't
The
remember
Happening
anything about it except being grossly disappointed in the ending.
You'll be interested to know as well. The Happening is what my parents call this show.
Oh, cool.
They go, "Are you going to be on The Happening
Sick.
tonight?"
Well, I love that you folks know about it. That's dope.
All right, I've got another one for
Please.
you here. M&M's vs. the Seabiscuits is a 2010 promotional short film used to advertise a limited ocean-themed run of M&M's flavors, which included flavors such as sea salt caramel and great white chocolate. The 15-minute short involved the M&M characters infiltrating a fictional seafood restaurant called Seabiscuits, whose owners had kidnapped anthropomorphic new flavored characters. The restaurant sell pirate-themed fun for
Oh, no.
to simulate the real ocean.
Sorry, bud. The Skype stream was just getting a bit choppy there. Could you tell me the last third of that description?
So the Seabiscuits restaurant itself is a pirate-themed fun for the whole family saloon where knee-high seawater ebbs and flows across the floor to simulate the real ocean.
I'm going to go real because America is a wild, wild place. And that seems like just the kind of insane pinnacle of consumerism that I would expect from the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This is a cheese dream that I had.
That's
had this
so
cheese
specific. You're like a genius. When I dream about stuff and I have any memory of it, it's so abstract and it involves just like some people I know, some family members, maybe a childhood house I grew up in, some friends that I have now, and it's all kind of molded together. You are weaving an incredible fabric of elements that do not exist. I'm impressed.
Well, I
impressed.
remember the dream was specifically about the M&M's characters. They were in a place called Seabiscuits, and it had the ocean thing on the floor, like the ebbing and flowing ocean. And I tried to turn it into a pilot script once, but I didn't get very far. Using inserts for M&Ms, like a fictional company for M&Ms.
There's a lot of ideas out there, AJ, and not all of them are good. Like, just because you've thought of something doesn't mean you need to try and make it. But
that's probably true.
You got any more for me?
I do. Bad La is a 2001 American horror film about a small, legless Indian man who goes around killing people by crawling up their butts. The man is played by Deep Roy, who's better known as playing the Oompa Loompas in the 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Johnny Depp movie.
Did one guy play all of them? Was it a Timawira Morrison situation for the Stormtroopers, but for Oompa Loompas in the reboot? Incredible. I didn't know that. I'm going to say Cheese Dream. Oh, no. This is a pivotal moment that I need the Skype connection to work for. AJ, it just skipped over. What was it real?
It's a real thing. It is actually season 8, episode 10 of The X-Files. Critical reception to the episode is mostly negative.
Yeah, I can understand why. The X-Files sort of lost its way after a while, huh?
Yeah, it's good for about the first 5 seasons, and then the next 4 or 5 seasons are more hit or miss. But this is one of the
genuinely watched all of
dark days. Yeah.
Dang, that's impressive. Right on. Well, that's cool. Have you got any more for me, or is that it?
I've got a couple more if you like.
Yeah, let's get through them. I'm enjoying this. This is a good segment. People really get involved. People definitely had that as a cheese stream in the comments as well, by the way.
Nice. I'm glad the X-Files can write something so bafflingly.
If you've got something uploading at the moment, AJ, you
Otter.
need to pause it because you keep freezing and then it sort of does a catch up. But also, maybe it's the new way that I'm capturing Skype.
It's not me, I don't think. It might be my flatmates, but let's try power through, I guess.
Tell them to cool it on the 3D 4K porn, eh?
All right. Little Otic, also known as Greedy Guts, is a 2000 partially stop-motion animated Czech film about a married couple who are unable to have kids. One day they find a tree stump that vaguely resembles a baby, so they decide to treat it as such. They are so successful that the stump actually comes to life and behaves as a new baby would until it begins devouring everything it is able to get a hold of, including a cat, a postal worker, a neighborhood pedophile, and eventually the parents themselves.
This is very Little Shop of Horrors. I'm going to say it's real. This feels to me like what country did you say? Was it Nordic?
Czech.
Czech film. Okay. Yeah. I reckon this is real. This is a thing that exists in the world.
Yes, it is an actual film. It is based on an old fairy tale.
Yeah, it sounded real like Brothers Grimm to me. So that checks out. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, I've got 2 more if you like. Is that all good?
Please.
All right. Let the Kid Win is a 1993 Canadian family comedy about a little rich boy who is horribly lonely because none of the poor children want to play basketball with him. His parents try to make him feel better by hiring a professional basketball team to intentionally lose a game to him. The team overcompensate, however, and arrive to the game dressed in sumo suits to better sell their failure. The little rich boy realizes that they're letting him win, but enjoys himself anyway.
Cheese Dream, because if it was a real movie, I think there would be a different ending to that. I think the rich kid would not be into it. There'd be some growth, bit of a hero's journey going on.
Yeah. This is a cheese dream from my flatmate Sammy. He told me about it yesterday morning, and I was like, I can put that on the show.
So this is like a lockdown cheese dream?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. It's outside what I would expect in terms of, apocalyptic interior style of dream at the moment because of the bombardment of that kind of stimulus right now. But he's thinking further afield.
Yeah. All right, I've got one last one for you. Is this an actual movie or a cheese dream? Bigger, Fatter Liar is a 2017 sequel to Big Fat Liar, released a full 15 years later. It's essentially beat for beat the same plot as the first movie, but instead of a kid's idea for a movie being stolen, it's a kid's idea for a video game being stolen.
I'm not aware of the original movie Big Fat Liar.
Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti.
Oh, fuck. Is it? Okay. God, is that 15 years old?
Yeah.
Hey, AJ, guess what?
What?
We're old, man. We got old. I used to have such a crush on Amanda Bynes. She was a truly once-in-a-generation talent that got fucked up by her own success. The Amanda Bynes show was so good. I think that bigger, fatter liar, and I hope that you can hear me and see me right now because you froze for a little bit, but now you're back, is a real sequel, and that is the title. I think Hollywood is that insane.
It is an actual film, and not only is it an actual film, a little quick plug for the Cult Popture podcast. We covered it and the original film
Nice.
last year. So if you want to check out our thoughts on that, check out the Cult Popture podcast. Yeah, so that's a real film, Bigger, Fatter, Liar, inexplicably released 15 years after a movie everybody forgot about, which is probably why it's exactly the same thing. They're just trying to repeat the formula.
Well done, man. You got us with the plug in the end. That's good formatics on the show. I'm proud of you. Well done.
Nice,
and
thank you.
it's available everywhere, right?
Yep, yeah, you can get it on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. So.
Get it in ya. Thank you so much for bringing us your fantastic segment once again, AJ. Lovely to see you.
Good. All right, good to see you too.
Catch you soon, buddy. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good shit. That is AJ. Oh, cool. And I don't have sound coming back at my face anymore as well. I tell you what, folks, this is a goddamn revelation, to be honest, cracking the sound. I wish that I'd had this with melody, but the perfect time for this to work would have been last episode, but the second most perfect time is right now, motherfuckers. So it's good to not be going crazy and to be able to monitor the sound. Okay, let us see what's next. I'm going to play you a cool little comedy sketch from James Roque, one of our finest comedians in the land. He's a good man, and this is something that he sent in, which I think, if I had played it at the correct time, might have premiered on the show, but he put it online, which is totally fine. You can do that. 100% acceptable. Here is James Roque.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for joining me for this important meeting today. First of all, how are you guys holding up?
Yeah, kids are starting to drive me a bit mad, but what about you guys?
Bro, at least you got people with you. I started talking to my appliances, eh?
Speak for yourselves, boys. I'm in San Francisco having a great time, huh? Look at this bridge. I can touch it. It's too far. Can't do that.
Okay, Greg, yes, you can change the background. We're all very impressed.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you over all this wind in San Francisco.
Bro, we get it. You can change your background.
Yeah, we've been doing that for weeks, man. Well, I don't know what you guys are doing over there, but we don't have any of that shit here in California. Man.
Can we just get on with it?
Yeah, go on. It's all good.
Alright team, so like I said yesterday, we have a huge deadline coming up. We need to make sure we hit that. First of all, spreadsheets. Ethan, where'd you get to with those?
Yep, so if you check the Google Drive, they should all
Uh-oh, I've been shot into space!
Swear to God.
Really?
Oh, no!
Greg, please.
Oh.
We need to get on with it.
Bonjour.
Stop.
Hey, caramba!
No, cut that out.
Hey, who's this? You're not even doing it right!
Can we just kick this guy out of the meeting?
Please, put us out of our misery. Oh. Okay. No, I'll go. Sorry, I was trying to lighten the mood, you know, like the whole world's so crazy right now and I really miss my friends. So I was just trying to have a bit of fun with them. I didn't realize I was being so annoying. See you guys at the next meeting.
Wait, you're right. Sorry, we're being too serious. You are just having fun, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, me too. It's just, this deadline is really important, Greg, okay? If we don't hit it, the whole company could go under. So can we please just get through it and then we can be silly with all the backgrounds and shit? Please?
Okay. No more backgrounds, I promise.
Thank you. Ethan, where do we get to with our spreadsheets?
As I was saying, I uploaded them all to the Google Drive, so they should all be there. Greg, are you able to download them from there?
Greg?
Surprise!
Oh, motherfucker.
That is James Roque, who you can get on this social media handle on Twitter. He's funny as fuck. His show at the most recent New Zealand Comedy Festival, which did not happen this year for obvious reasons, but last year's one, was like one of the best hours I've seen a New Zealand comedian ever do. I hope it gets recorded. So it deserves to be on like Amazon or Netflix or something. It was so goddamn good. Make sure you follow his ass, and when we all get let out of our houses, go and see him live. or recorded. I don't know. Hey, another fantastic comedian who I love to bits is currently based in New York City. Ever heard of it? Simone Nathan has been bringing us a cool segment called What's That Sound? And then she legitimately got COVID-19 and she changed it to What's That Smell because she lost her sense of taste and smell. Well, we don't have a bit submitted by Simone today, but I did want to do, excuse me, a quick reading for you because she's been doing a diary for, I think it's called Mind Food is the outfit. And Simone is a writer by trade, so this is good shit. I feel like I owed it to the audience to make sure that you guys get updated on how Simone is doing. I know I was concerned about her. I'm sure some of you were too. I can't wait to see some more segments from her. So right now I'm going to do a reading from her most recent, which I think is the final, day 14, diary that she's doing for Mind Food. And in the meantime, here's a cool graphic of the DVD bouncing around the screen thing that I managed. Look at that. So cool. This is from Simone. I come to you a woman reborn. My brain realized I didn't know how to end this diary and magnanimously decided to give I didn't know how to end this diary and magnanimously decided to give me my smell and taste back. There are no words. I've eaten everything in the house. Perhaps the virus has run its course. Or maybe that healing session really bloody worked. Either way, I've never been more grateful to be alive. I woke up this morning and reached for the modern woman's breakfast, popcorn, only to have my buds lathered in the beauty of salt and butter. I should be riding the wave of this rediscovery for the next few weeks in here. Beyond that, I have work, TV, and most importantly, podcasts. If you're not listening to them, you're probably filling the void with something much scarier. And I fear for your soul. This is why you shouldn't drink 2 beers on air, folks. Gassy. Back to Simone. Personally, the COVID-19 crisis has given me the chance to look in the mirror and finally reflect on what I see. A moustache. The small LED light in the bathroom has let me know my friends and family have been lying to me for years, and there are actionable steps I need to take to finally get rid of this thing. In a larger sense, this entire experience has only confirmed my suspicions about the great outdoors. Every time you leave the house, whether there's a pandemic or not, you are putting yourself at so much risk. You could be hit by a car, eaten by a bear, or crushed by a falling anvil and left walking around like a big pleated shape, like an accordion. But still we do it. We need things, food, money to stretch our limbs, and we need connection. Even those of us who walk away from every interaction shaking our heads at the weird way our voice broke when we said goodbye, and those who are overcome with phone fear for even the most inane calls, for whom ordering a pizza is an emotional overhaul that takes days to build up and hours to come down from. I spoke to my doctor today and she told me I was officially cleared to go back outside as it had been 14 days since my first symptoms. She sent a letter to the online health portal stating that I was allowed to go back to work. I didn't need this. The letter is for essential service workers, many of whom could unfortunately only get medical leave if they could prove they had the virus, which was of course made difficult by the fact that there were no tests. But it was nice to have a letter stating I was better. I wanted to frame it and pop it on the wall, get it printed on t-shirts, tote bags and mouse pads and hand them out on the streets. Instead, I stayed inside, watched TV and applied for an antibody test at Mount Sinai, which I hope to get back in the next few weeks when they become available. I returned to my pack of gummy worms, now old and stale, and ate one in order to complete the circle. It tasted fantastic. I don't need to go outside yet, so I wouldn't. Instead, I looked at the Freedom Tower and smiled. I may be inside, but damn it, I was free. That is the latest entry of Simone Nathan's 14-day diary, a New Zealander in New York City who contracted COVID-19. Not only am I stoked that Simone has gotten better, but so fantastic that her sense of taste and smell has come back, because I don't want to say anything to her, but like, it doesn't always, you know? I mean, it's better than getting really, really sick and having major bits of your health impacted for the rest of the time, but not having your sense of taste or smell, that sucks. Sucks a big amount. So it's good that she isn't going through that. How's New York dealing with the current situation? Bud? Not great. Not super great. Let's not dwell on it though. The good news is Simone's doing well. I've got an entry for Poetry Corner now. This is very exciting because I get to play the fantastic titles that Barnaby Frederick and Thomas Cottle put together. Here they are. Fuck, that's cool. I love that. Did I get this? Yeah, Sam's email. Sam sent, hey, hello from York, OG York. So we had New York, this is Old York in the UK. Timbly Wimbly told me you wanted content. Well, if this isn't too off the wall, here's a poem written while playing too much Doom about the therapeutic joy of unbridled virtual violence. It's called Big Fucking Gun. Performed in isolation as we're experiencing a touch of you-know-what right now. Thanks for bringing happening to our eyes and ears. It's everything we've needed in recent weeks. I don't have a creative platform to speak of, just wanted to share this. Love and solidarity from Sam Widdowson. Here is Sam's fantastic poem, Big Fucking Gun.
Big Fucking Gun. You see, the BFG, it works in stages. You pull the switch and then wait ages while it charges hidden gauges until the beast at last engages and forth a ball of plasma rages, and what it hits it always raises, and in its wake a ranging major's second wave of fire blazes. So yeah, this gun is totes outrageous. It ends the battle as it wages, but Doom Guy can at least assuage his lust for melting demon faces. In Gibson Charnel now he stands, knee-deep on the shores of hell. Sit back, switch off, mouse in hand, inferno in my soul. See, as monsters go, these ones are great. They rip, they tear, they shred, they hate, no moral maze to navigate, no ambiguity. But is it meet to realise these hurt me plenty nightmare highs, this ultra-violence that defies my nature in this way? I've thought on this, and I surmise, I contemplate, it's even wise to extricate and exercise my demons in a fray. See, this game presents a focused stage to lose oneself in focused rage, to loose aggression here uncaged. I will be their grief. And when the world's too much again, I'll chainsaw up an import end. This shotgun violence yields my zen. A garden grows beneath.
And back to me. That was Sam. Thank you so much for sending that in for Poetry Corner. Big fucking gun. Love to see people responding to the texts that they're interacting with at the moment. Again, I sound drunk because I'm desperately trying to get something teed up. It's very important to me that this plays because it's another great title sequence. I think Sam's in the comments, right? Is this the same? Yeah, at me. We recovered. Oh, wait. What? I'm very confused now. Sam is posing as Simone Nathan, perhaps? I don't know. At any rate, we've got another guest for you now. And before I bring him on, I've got to play you. I don't know why I emphasize the gender of the pronouns so much. Felt important at the time. Here is the title for this upcoming segment, which for some reason I'm keeping a secret right now. Okay, let's see if the phenomenal Skype performance that I managed to tee up before... Oh, no, it has fucked out. Hold on. Oh, classic stuff. Let's see if it fucking works. Eli Mathewson.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Really good. Oh, this is new, actually. It says on Skype now, Happening is using a device that could record or broadcast this call.
Yeah, that's as it should be, because we are indeed both recording and broadcasting you. Using a fun little trick for all the nerds out there. It's called NDI. Look it up. No time to discuss that, though, Eli, because we're here to talk about your wanks.
Yeah. Hey, I did want to mention, this is totally not wank related. talking about Simone being a recovered COVID person. I was listening to the New York Times podcast today about how people who now have immunity are going to become almost like a second class of citizen, especially in places like New York, because they're going to be able to get jobs that other people couldn't get.
Yeah, it's like a first class. Like it'll be tiered, and they'll be the superheroes from now on.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
so congratulations to Simone for becoming a superhero.
Yeah, well done for your future job prospects and your writing career, which you can definitely do from the comfort of your home and don't need to interact with people too much for. That is a crazy thing though, eh? Like, I've also been. Oh, why did that snap back? I've been hearing about. Oh, you know what? We don't want to talk about COVID shit, do we?
No, we don't.
Not what the show's about.
You can listen to the New York Times Daily podcast for that.
We want to talk about Eli's masturbation habits while he's isolated.
Yes. Now, look.
Your lighting decisions for this segment, by the way, are second to none. Just a 10 out of 10 for lighting.
Really? I mean, the choices I made, I wouldn't even call them choices as much as walked into an empty room with a light bulb that could crack out any moment. Now, I did get the call up to do this. I was actually called up to do this quite last minute.
Yes, absolutely.
You probably think that happening is a very organized scheduled out.
I think people understand exactly how organized happening is at this stage. I wasn't going to have you on necessarily this episode, but then someone was like, "Is Eli coming on to talk about his wanks?" And I was like, "Well, fucking sure."
I am ready to talk about my wank, but these, the last few have been, to be honest, literary masterpieces, and I didn't quite have time to. So I've chosen a different genre of review this time. I've chosen to review today's wank as if you'd review a restaurant on Yelp.
Okay, great.
So here goes. A bit shorter. A solid 3 out of 5. Arrived early and found there was space despite not having made a reservation. Service was friendly and fast, almost worryingly fast, but I left feeling satisfied. So can't really complain. Entree, solid. Main, a little cold. Dessert? Who doesn't enjoy dessert? Bathroom looked like it hadn't been cleaned in a while.
Oh boy.
Did not accept American Express. So that's...
I'm interested to know, and I apologize if I'm sort of picking at a wafer, tissue thin review that you've managed to scribe up in record time for us today. Like, what did the different stages of the meal relate to? What is a dessert in the arena of masturbation?
I think you know absolutely what a dessert is.
Nah,
it's your favorite part of the wank. It comes at the end.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's the climax.
Yeah. It's vanilla based.
It's vanilla based. Okay, if you've been treating yourself and eating right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny? Because I guess the natural sort of progression of this is that if you to flip it back onto the restaurant review would be then you have to go and clean up the dishes that you've created as a result of your meal.
Yeah.
That's your responsibility.
And I did my own dishes, and I did a great job. They're clean, baby. They're clean.
Eli, we were just talking to Melody Thomas at the start of the show. I like that I can lean back now. I've made myself wireless. It's quite cool.
I love that.
I'm a lot more relaxed, and now that the audio is working, I'm feeling fantastic. Melody Thomas, who is like, I would say, a sexpert at this point. She talked to a lot of people about their sexual habits on her podcast, Bang. We were talking about how to fulfill your sexual needs while in lockdown and talking about sexting quite a lot. Sending pics, receiving pics. Personally, I haven't done it because I'm a very nervous Nelly that it'll get intercepted somewhere along the way. Can I ask? You don't have to answer this. Are you a sexter? Is your junk out there in cyberspace?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's mainly been sent in the form of videos that do delete themselves quickly, but even then, that's still out there. But I think if worse came to worse, if my naked body was available for people who wanted to watch it, I don't know, go for it, have a look.
I totally dig that, because the other way of looking at this is like, well, maybe fucking if everyone, it's like a Cold War. If everyone's on the same footing, then we're kind of fine. Like if everyone's got their shit out there, we're good.
That's communism.
That's
actually
communism,
socialism.
baby. That's what we want. Yeah. We want sexual materials controlled by the people for the people, you know?
Yeah, that's what we want. Anyway, I wouldn't say I've ever taken a good nude. So if you do want to look for mine, you're not going to be happy because the lighting is not as good as this is.
I feel like you should get another person on board to maybe like direct your shoots. I'd be happy to do it if you need a creative hand.
I think if you're sending sexy nude photos and you have the accessibility to bring another person in to take the photos, you maybe don't need to take the photos.
I understand what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense. It depends how seriously you're taking them, though. If you want like some high production values, if you're like, oh no, my nudes got out, but they're fucking very good.
The lighting's amazing. You've got foundation all over your body. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just saying, man, I won the 48-hour film competition. I don't know if you've been paying attention the whole episode, but I got the chops, baby.
Wow, you won?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It might have been 10 years ago now. You know Tom Furness?
Yeah.
It was more like him and his mates, but he graciously allowed me to like join in with them. They've been doing it over multiple years. We won the whole damn competition. The Child Jumpers, look it up.
The film.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, great movie. That movie's so funny.
Cheers, man.
That movie's so funny, man.
You don't know it, do you? You've never seen it.
No, I do know Child Jumpers.
Are you serious?
In it?
Is he?
Isn't he?
No, I don't think so. No, it's a 48-hour film. It's about
people
me.
Jumping over children.
Yeah. It's a fit. We don't need to get into this. Eli, it's a delight to see you.
I know it. No, I know it, Tim. I know the film.
Oh, sick. Thanks. That's great. Well, then I will take the compliment. I appreciate that. Rightio. If you've got anything else to say, please hit it up now, Eli. Otherwise, I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your evening, and we're going to progress forward with the rest of happening.
Yeah, just a quick plug for wanking in general. Give it a wang, give it a bash, give it a go.
See, a normal talk show to be fucking, here's my book, here's my TV show, here's my podcast. Nah, just fucking let's hear it for masturbation. Good shit, man.
No, and I do have all those things, but I'm not plugging them. I'm just plugging wanking.
Respect. All right, Eli, have a wonderful night. Happy wanking.
Thank you. Same to you.
See you, buddy. Bye. And that is the beautiful and talented Eli Mathewson, who I do not have a chyron for. I probably should have teed that up before, but, you know. Hey, I'm just happy the show's up. You know what I'm saying? We're streaming live, babies. What's going on in the comments today? Screen the film next. I remember Child Jumpers. Think it went to the final ceremony that year. Wink. Bring up 48-hour win in every interview segment challenge. It was superb. Thank you very much, everyone. I like that this has become, as it should be, all about my stupendous win at the 48-hour film competition. You folks who are in the comments, I know you, I recognize you, and I love you because you're here for most episodes. And you will know that we were joined by a man called Oliver before the quiz episode, which was the most recent episode, which, man, if you want to see some technical fuck-ups, doesn't get any better. So that was happening 10. On happening 9, we were joined by a guy called Oliver, who from memory was like I think he's an engineer of some sort, maybe like a civil engineer, and he works with AutoCAD 3D modeling programs. And we were just having a chat on Skype with him about his idea to create some ideas for escape rooms based on just like normal everyday stuff. And God bless him. Oh man, I don't have this teed up either. He actually made some and sent them through. So what we've got is a couple of the ideas that Oliver, don't know why I'm calling him that, came through with and actually sent in for the show, which is very cool. So let me see if I can find this. I did have it teed up before, but it went walkabout on me. And it's just so nice to see like the progression, a bit of a story arc on happening of someone coming in and going, hey, here's an idea, and we chatted about it, and wouldn't you know it, the dude has actually gone away, made it, and here it is. So enjoy the first edition of Oliver's Adventures.
In this escape room scenario, you must organise an entire cupboard full of loose Tupperware in order to escape the room. You do not have all the lids for all of the tubs.
I mean, that's good shit. That's a real problem that people have to deal with every goddamn day. You know, that's an escape room that you actually can use some real life skills. I've never had to pick a lock in my life, but in an escape room, they treat it like it's a normal everyday thing that we'd all be well versed in how to do it. Oliver has the right idea. Here's the second of two that he sent in to me. Check this one out.
In this escape room, you must help your mother remove all of the extra toolbars she's accidentally added to her browser, as well as free up some hard drive space so her computer can run quicker. Then you may leave the room.
There is absolutely legendary content brought to us by Oliver Broughton, who I didn't save this in, so I'm going by memory here, but he emailed me the videos, and I was like, okay, you want like a website or Twitter or whatever to shout this out? I've been doing a shit job of that today, by the way, but I'll put them in the show notes later on. And he said, nah, man, I don't have anything, just plug the Patreon. So God bless you. Why not? I bought a URL, so there's a little webpage now for the show. If you go to happeningshow.com, blam, you'll find the show. So we don't have to sift through firing the URL out on Twitter and different Instagrams and shit all the time now. It's just all on the one page. Yeah, who knows what the future is for that website, but at a minimum, it's got all the social media channels, and the most recent episode will just be on that front page there, and you can also connect to the Patreon, which is what Oliver said for me to shout out. Man, freeing up your parents' hard drives on a computer to speed it up and uninstalling those toolbars they got. It's relatable content. It's good shit. That's a real-ass goddamn escape room. Nice to see Chris Mack in the comments of 660 fame, who honestly are like the most massive band in New Zealand. Chris is an old mate and actually very funny. He was doing stand-up for a bit. Don't know if well, no one is right now, but I'm not sure if he's still pursuing it, but he's very good, very funny on stage. Speaking of music, I have, yeah, okay, so I've got a message, and hopefully by the time I play that, I'll have the music video. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here it all is. Matthew Crawley is an absolute legend. I haven't played this yet, have I? I don't think so. Creative genius. If you live in Auckland and you're cool, you'll know who he is. He used to do I think the kind of talent programming at a place called Golden Dawn, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was like the greatest bar in Auckland. Anyway, he's a big music dude. He works at a record store now, and he just fucking rules. And here's a little message he sent in to us, which will precede a music video that he also sent in to us.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matthew here from the Golden Geese. And I'm here to say I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks Tim for playing it, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope everyone's on lockdown and having a good time.
L to the yes. That is the Golden Geese. And you got to spell it T-H-E-E because that's what their name is. Oh, let me get that back on screen. Blam. TheGoldenGeese.bandcamp.com. They're new, man. They've only existed, I think, as long as this year's been 2020. You got to seek them out. Get their shit. They've got like less than 10 subscribers on YouTube. Go find them. Be part of the OG On The Ground crew. Because that band absolutely rips. And that song fucking rules. Matthew's a good man. Strand said, fuck Matthew is annoyingly talented. And he's damn right. And it's coming from Strand Cole, ladies and gentlemen, a person who has contributed a lot of audio and visual to make this show what it is. My word. Speaking of talent. Okay, our next bit that we've got for you today is, you guys remember Sudsy, right? Good old fucking Sudsy. He's been there from, I think, maybe like episode 1, firing stuff in. And he's contributed a little, a reading of an audio book. Here it is.
Chapter 4. So we're looking at a beach scene here, maybe more of a water park, but whatever it is, it's certainly not an ordinary day because it is absolutely brimming with crazy characters doing all sorts of wacky things. We'll start in the top left corner and we can see a man in an apple costume waving somewhere. Next to him there's a car, a blue car, and sitting on top of that is a gorilla. Continuing along we can see a knight, and he's leaning in for a kiss with a woman wearing yellow and black. I can't tell if she's meant to be any sort of caricature of a certain stereotype, but she's certainly not leaning away from the kiss, so it all seems consensual, so good on them. Just a little bit along there on the other side of the river, we've got a lion, if you can believe it, and the lion is also waving, which is lovely to see. And next to the lion, we've got a post, a flaming post, a torch, if you will. And behind that there is a green woman, which is most unusual in any other situation. But if you could see this picture, you would understand just how small that detail really is in comparison to the grand scheme of things. Behind the green woman, we've got some sort of red costume with the head taken off. Can't tell what it's meant to be. Maybe a dragon. And behind the green woman and the dragon costume, we've got what looks to be a flag. And if I am not mistaken, there he is. That's Wally. We've found him, hiding behind the flag. Blink and you'd miss it stuff, but there is no doubt in my mind that's our man. Let's move on to the next page now as we continue the Where's Wally audiobook.
That is my man, Sudsy. I've got them around the wrong way, but you get the idea. This is his handle on Twitter. You can find him there. That's good shit. What a good reveal. Man, everyone's bailed out. All right, that's cool. Seems like something's going on in the chat room there. Everyone's headed somewhere. Something started at night. I don't know what's happening. It's crazy times. I'm going to persist. Thank you, Sudsy, for sending that in. And for just legendarily contributing your content to the show, because no one's getting paid for this yet. Maybe one day, but that's fucking funny stuff. An audiobook of Where's Wally. I've got for you now a recurring bit from our man in the field, Sanjay Patel, great New Zealand comedian. Follow him on Twitter at, Spat106? I'm pretty sure that's right. He has been bringing us Bottom Gear, which is like Top Gear, but the opposite. Yeah, it's at Spat106. Fuck, look at me in my memory. He's been bringing us Bottom Gear about his car, and here is the latest edition, number 5 of Bottom Gear.
One of the advantages of having a Toyota Sprinter like this is that you can finally go through drive-thrus. Well, they should really be called drive alongsides, because if you drive through the restaurant, you probably kill a lot of staff members and customers already in that fast food restaurant. Let's have a bit of a demonstration of how to go through a drive alongside inside of a Toyota Sprinter. Can I please have a pie and a thick shake?
So a pie and a dick shake.
No, not a dick shake. Why would a thick shake?
So a pie and a thick shake. Would you like anything else?
No thanks.
Please drive through to the next window.
Cool.
Pie and thick shake, that will be $10.
Payway?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, here's your thick shake.
Okay, thanks for the thick shake. What about the pie?
No, I just sent you American Pie.
I thought it was gonna be actual pie.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember when.
5 minutes later.
So bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
5 minutes later.
Singing, this will be the day that I die.
Cool.
Sajay Patel, they're really playing with the form for bottom gear number 5. I can't believe I said Strand's name wrong. I'm constantly living in fear of saying Strand's name wrong, so you're right to have me up for that in the comments. And now it's evolved into a good, meaty discussion which drives up their interactivity algorithm. I don't know how fucking YouTube works at all. Like, at all. I barely can get the show online. What's YouTube Studio? What's YouTube Manager? What are like all these different pages? Just fucking give me the button to go live, baby. We're getting there though. It's only taken almost a dozen episodes and I've managed to finally maybe crack how to do audio on Skype. So slow progress, but we're getting there. Love Sanjay. I hope that we keep doing bottom gear forever. Someone said earlier, I love this great segment from one of the earlies. And it's so good that we've already got enough happenings going that there's like the OG happening times and now the new school. It's very cool. Speaking of someone who's been with us from almost episode 1, Alice Soper, absolute legend in Wellington, who has been sending us, what is it called again? Skit. That's pretty bad, eh? My mind's just done a total fuck out on Alice Soper's bit, which is Mad Skills, where she teaches us how to play rugby while in isolation. But we've got the latest edition of her bit right now. Very happy to bring it to you from an absolute champ. Here is the latest edition of Mad Skills.
G'day, welcome back to another episode of Mad Skills with me, Alice Soper. Now look, a lot of you don't seem to believe the hype, the fact that I was in fact a back for the first 10 years of my rugby life. And before that, I was a footballer. So don't seem to have the faith in me that I can in fact kick. So today, I'm here to show you that mad skill. Let's do this.
For today's mad skill, you're going to need some boots to look like a back. But you're not one anymore, so you don't need a kicking tee. Have a look around your house, see if you can find something that you might be able to use to improvise. When all else fails, rely on the forwards. Pull in a proper rugby boot. But what good's a kick without a proper target? So you need to go find something to set up your very own goal posts. Now you've got the gear together, the fact remains that your backyard just simply isn't big enough for your ambition. So we're going off-road. We're going to have to pack up the kit and get down to the local park. You've got your gear, but don't forget your camera person. Grab them, they're coming too. Good thing for you, you live in paradise, so it doesn't take long to get down to your local park. It's no Eden Park, but it'll do for today. Plenty of space to kick a few balls. Now there's plenty of kicks for different situations. The first, of course, being a cheeky grubber. Oh, it's a pick and go, and it's a mad skill. Then, of course, the old up and under, everyone's favourite in a 2-on-1. Mad skill! Now that the points have been scored, it's your chance to add the extras on the board. Let's find that tee that works for me. Not this one. How about this boy? No, probably not. Yeah, trust a forward. They know how to get the job done. Mad skill. Now your tea's just right, it's time to set the world alight. Oh yeah. That's a mad skill. Sometimes your mates score out wide, so you got to be able to go left. Oh, mad skill. And also right. Oh, she'll be right, mad skill. But it doesn't mean much if you can't handle the pressure, like when you've overhyped a skill potentially. So, squeeze it in a ball! March it on the spot! Or hit triple circle, it's an Eddie Gordo! Whatever you need to do to get yourself in the right headspace. Oh, clutch! And that's a mad skill.
Hi team, that's been another episode of Mad Skills with me. Alice definitely used to be a back soaper. Just one tip that I'll leave you with, which is if you don't have a boot or a tee or a teammate, you can always just go for a droppy instead. Mad Skills.
Do my ears deceive me? Was that a goddamn Tekken 3 reference that she managed to shoehorn in there? Hell yes. Alice Soper rules. You can follow her there on Twitter. A delight to be able to bring that segment to you. Meredith writes, Dear Tim, don't know if this is the kind of stuff you're looking for, but here's some art I made. Let's get it on screen, folks. Look at this. It's a round collage using several different types of paper markers and yarn. Quite colourful. I don't have a title for this piece. Maybe you could help me out with that. Hit us up in the... Now, this is where you get the comments happening. Commenters, tell us what this art piece should be. I'm an art therapist working in a nursing home. It's a stressful and scary time for all of us, but every day my residents and I still try to express our creativity and enjoy ourselves. Thanks for everything you and Guy do. I hope you both know that you've put so much good into the world. I don't know when we'll catch the show live again, but I'm sending good vibes to everyone watching. Love from Chicago, from Meredith. That is absolutely beautiful. Both the specific piece of art that you've sent through and the sentiment itself, Meredith, and very much in line with what we're doing here on Happening as well. We're putting the art in party. There's no age restriction on this live stream. You know what I mean? And truly, you're doing God's work at the moment, doing art therapy in, did I read that right? In like a home for older people? What do we say? A rest home? A nursing home? That's fucking good. God damn. Can't imagine what you're going through at the moment, but what a fantastic contribution that you're making to their lives at the moment, doing art therapy. What a cool concept. I'm going to put that back on screen. We need to get some gosh darn names for this beautiful piece that's been made by Meredith. Fancy Pav. Looks a bit like a mandala. I don't know what a mandala is, Tom Katsumi, but I know that you do a lot of like cross stitch and stuff, so you know about these things. 70s salad, mandala sun. Now I feel ignorant because two people have said mandala and I don't know what it is. Forbidden nachos. Fuck, I love that. I love that a lot. That is seriously cool. Maybe call it Forbidden Nachos, Meredith. Other way. You've just made a bunch of new friends in the comments there. That's gonna just about do it for this happening. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. You know, one day we're going to get there, and also one day I'm going to be able to have more people in the room with me, and I tell you what, this thing's going to really kick off. But in the interim, starting from the next episode, episode 12, or happening number 12, I've made a decision. For a little while, we're going to test this and see how it goes. We're going to start doing some themes. And I'm deciding on the spot that the theme for happening number 12 is pirates. I don't think I can dress super convincingly like a pirate, because as soon as I said that and the words tumbled out of my mouth, I then went, do I have an outfit that can back this up? Absolutely not. I'll have to fashion some sort of a newspaper pirate hat and an eye patch out of a sock, maybe. But I'm looking for pirate content. If you want to make a short story about a pirate, if you're an animator and you can do like a little animation about a pirate, maybe that's a big ask, I don't know. If you're a musician and you have or want to write a song about a pirate, send it in. The email address is, oh, that's actually the wrong email address. It's thishishappeningshow@gmail.com. Oh, and it's gone as well. That's trippy. I didn't do that. Thishishappeningshow@gmail.com, but you can look at all of the bullshits in one place. at happeningshow.com. We're going to do a pirate episode. It's going to be happening 12. It's happening on 3 days from now. So this is going to be the time slots now. We're going to do Tuesday nights and Friday mornings so that we can capture the whole globe. It's going to be great. So everyone please throw in, contribute your art. The Gmail address is thishappeningshow@gmail.com. You guys are awesome. We'll catch you on the next step. Until then, avast me hearties. Bye.